Hey guys, Bearded Viking Gamer here, and today is going to be a pretty cool episode. I'm going to do some more of the pickups that I got, but I wanted to announce first of all that I'm about 5 people away from the 250 subscribers. And I said a couple videos ago that when I do hit that 250 subscribers, I would do a giveaway. So I have already picked up the prizes. I always do 2 people for the giveaway in there. And I'll announce more on that as soon as we hit that 250 mark. I don't want to jump the gun at all. I'm fairly certain we'll probably hit it pretty soon here. But the last giveaway that I did for 100 subscribers, that was some Link amiibos. It was the new young Link amiibo that was out at the time. So this one's another cool one, something cool for a game room or so. So it's always fun doing those things. I always like to see people get so excited and everything. So it's cool. And I thank you guys for everybody for subscribing. That's awesome. So first up here for one of my pickups that I got, I had to wipe off the old address, but this came in the mail today. I don't know if you can see that or not. That is Limited Run Games, and I already opened it because I had to make sure everything was kosher on it. But yeah, here we are. This is Dragon's Lair Trilogy for the Nintendo Switch. And what this has in it is, this has Dragon's Lair. I don't know if you can hear. Let me get this up here for you. This one has Dragon's Lair in it. It has Space Ace and Dragon's Lair 3. Yeah, there's all 3 titles right here. Sorry guys if it's blurry. I'm trying to get it focused in there for you. But all on a physical cartridge. It's pretty awesome for the Switch, and handheld to be able to do this is pretty neat. And Limited Run always, I didn't actually check for this, but yeah, they actually did send it. So they normally, whenever you get anything from Limited Run Games, they normally send you a card. And this one looks like it's a Space Ace card. So that's the one I ended up picking up from them. Pretty neat. Let me set those aside here. Alright, so another one here. This is a pickup that I did at Goodwill. This was Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas on the Game Boy Advance. And then another Game Boy Advance game that was in the same case. This was Worms World Party for the Game Boy Advance. Pretty neat having those. Any of those Worms games. I don't know if you've played the Worms Weapons of Mass Destruction on the PlayStation 4, but that one's a blast if you have a group of people. And you're all hanging out. It's a fun one to play. This one I've been playing a ton of. This is a racing game, but it's just like Demolition Derby. Only it's on steroids. I mean, you can play, this one's called Wreckfest, and there is buses, there's couches, there's lawnmowers, there is so much stuff you can drive around in here. Total redneck game. But geez, man, and you're sitting on a couch and you got your exhaust and everything spitting out the top of it, and you're just punching it, spinning people out, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun. And they have the loop-de-loops back in this thing. You actually see it right here in this picture. I don't know if you guys remember games with those things in there, but geez, man, any of the courses where you're crisscrossing and you're smashing vehicles, totally like a Demolition Derby, but of the modern era now. So the graphics are cool. The destruction's pretty awesome. I mean, they can damage you so much that when you push your brakes, you're kind of veering off, going the other direction. Here was another pickup that I did. This was a Goodwill find as well. I've seen these. This is Playing with Power, the Nintendo Classics book. And I've always seen these at Barnes & Noble and stuff. And they, Barnes & Noble has some cool stuff, but they're always priced a lot to me. So here's just a little bit of it. You have, this was Zelda, the original NES Zelda. Let's go through some more stuff. Here's Zelda 2. Some of this palaces in here. Here's Mario Brothers 3. They cover a whole bunch of stuff. Dr. Mario from the NES. They cover so much stuff in here, from just different games. Kid Icarus from the NES. Pretty cool. And some of them even drop little codes and stuff you can put in from a system back then. And it's pretty neat. This whole case is a hardback case. See if I can get this dang back in here. I'm going to use some of that Viking strength to get that case back in there. There we go. But they modeled that whole case after an NES cartridge. Even the bottom of it. Look at that. Totally good to go. But pretty neat. Alright, let's go on to another one here. This was actually all four of these were a pawn shop pickup. This one I've been playing lately too. This is for the Sega Saturn. It sucks that it's loose, but I can never really find a lot of complete Saturn games here where I'm at. So when I see these and they're at a really good price, I'm going to do it for sure. This was X-Men versus Street Fighter on the Sega Saturn. A lot of fun there. And then this one is one you don't see a lot of, but this is Dragon Force on the Sega Saturn. And you should look into this. This is a Working Designs title. And any of those old Working Designs games, those were really freaking awesome titles back then. So look into that one when you get a chance. Here's one I did not have. I had the number 3, but I did not have Star Wars Rogue Leader Rogue Squadron 2 for the GameCube. Didn't have that one. Now I do. That was there. And then this is Super Smash Bros. Melee right there for the GameCube. I didn't have this one either. Every time I saw it, it was just too much at either a game place or something. So I wait and got. I'm telling you, man, good things come to those who wait. I'm telling you. My buddy Sean here on this one surprised me at work with this. And this is one I was been wanting for a while. This is the Saboteur for the PlayStation 3. It's not an expensive game or anything, but it's freaking cool. You know, it takes place during the German-occupied France, and you have to take out sections of the city, and things are in black and white, and the stuff starts to come back into color the more stuff and damage you do into that city. It's pretty cool idea. I like it. Here was a buddy at work, actually, again. This is a different person, though. He was on a vacation with his family, and he called me up, or he sent me a text message on a huge swap meet that he was at. And he said anything, you know, he had sent me a couple pictures of the guy's table, a bunch of video game stuff. And I was able to pick out one item on there just to see if he could snag it for me. And he got it for me. It was Strider for the Sega Genesis. This game's awesome. I don't know if you've played any of the Striders, but this particular one is pretty freaking awesome. It's good. It's complete, too. It does have everything in it. So, I'm excited to have that in here. That's cool. Alright, let's get it here. So, here's another Goodwill. This was a cheapie, of course, in there, but the kids always love this type of stuff. This is Nintendogs. You know, gotta get those, too. But they enjoy those. Here's some more titles here. This was a Goodwill pickup here. This is Knuckles. Always like the this is a very clean Knuckles, or else I probably would never have picked them up, because a lot of those Goodwill ones you find them are just dirty and you don't know where they've been. This one's very clean. There's Knuckles just kicking it right there. Awesome. This is another Goodwill pickup. This was just one of the nunchucks for the Wii. It actually is still new. It still has the cellophane stuff on the end of it. So they never really used it. Very, very clean. And I'm always using, you know, different ones on there. The kids, I have a whole stack of different things for different controllers, and always need more of these. Alright. Down to about 6 more games here. This was another, this was a pawn shop one. This is Splinter Cell Conviction. I always love the Splinter Cell games. They're fun. There's a lot of cool stuff that comes through in there. This is Splinter Cell Double Agent. I never got to have the time to jump into these when these first came out, so it's kind of cool to see these. And they're not expensive at all. There's one I don't see a whole lot, but this is World War II Aces for the Wii. This was a Goodwill pickup. Those flying ones are pretty neat. This is Sega Superstars Tennis. for the Wii. And then down to 2 more here. Now I had picked up, oh gosh, probably 5 or 6 videos ago, a Top Shot Elite controller, and I didn't really have anything that it went with for the PlayStation 3, but I found it so cheap. Well, here's the Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2012. Found it just at Goodwill, but at least the game will work, or the controller will work for it. The rifle, pretty cool looking rifle too. Well, we got that to shoot now. Now this one was my buddy Sean actually saw this at Goodwill. I passed it up, didn't notice it, but he picked it up, and this is a 101-in-1 Party Mega Mix for the Wii. Well, what I noticed was, Sean pointed it out too, this was an Atlas title. And Atlas always puts out cool stuff. So it's cool to have this in here. I wouldn't even have thought of that. Didn't even think to look at that, but it does even say it on the spine. Just never knew about it. So I'm excited to try that one on here. Looks like it'll be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm super excited, guys, for the giveaway in here. Like I said, we're about 5 or 6 people away from being able to do that. It's probably, I would assume, maybe even the next video. We'll see. But as soon as it hits that 250, I'll shoot a video on there and let you guys know the rules, what you have to do for it. But I always have, this one's going to be 2 prizes again, like before I had the Link amiibo. But this one's going to be 2 prizes again. And I hope you guys enjoy it, man. That's what I got for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's a pleasure doing this stuff. I always enjoy doing this. So that's all I got for this week, and we'll see you guys next week.